Hey guys, it has been so long since I have last hopped onto YouTube and filmed something, but I wanted to come on here and show you guys my microblading experience. So, a few reasons why I'm doing this. I hate my eyebrows. There's something so funky about them. I don't like that. This one I'm okay with. This one's not bad. It's, I mean, I can shape it and like fill it in a way that'll look decent. This one on the other hand, it's too rounded. It kind of, you can probably see, it's like only if I make a face like this, it then like is, I don't know, it's really weird. So I'm kind of like done with that, and it's kind of nice just to have them already filled in. You don't have to waste the time doing it. I really suck at just filling in my own brows and stuff like that. So I feel like that'll kind of take away some of the like, I don't know, like it won't be as annoying to basically do my brows every freaking morning and stuff like that. Oh, and another reason is I want to do this is because my brows I feel like are way too far apart. So I feel like if I kind of get them to put a little bit more strokes going inward, that'll kind of add a little bit more of like a look. And I feel like brows really, really add to someone's makeup look. So hopefully this goes well. But okay, so I'll be trying to film as much as I can. The actual process, I don't know how that'll work though. I'm going alone, so I'm kind of gonna feel bad being like, oh, hold on, I know you're trying to have like a really steady hand, but can I like, can I just, have my camera like that? But I will show you guys definitely the aftermath, and then I am gonna show you guys also my second and third day. By the third day, the brows are supposed to be like flaking off, so they're supposed to look a little bit more natural. So after today's first visit, it'll probably look a little scary and red, but that's totally expected. I'm gonna see you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna be leaving soon. I'm just gonna take this one out because she's just chilling. I'm gonna take her outside and I'm gonna go, and I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. Oh, and there's also a couple things. There's a lot of things you can't do, which I guess makes sense. It's kind of like the same way it is with tattoos, even though this isn't like a tattoo. You can't like drink caffeine the day of. I don't think you can drink caffeine for a few days after. There's definitely no alcohol the day of. You can't work out for like 10 days after. So if any of you guys want to get this done, make sure you check the website and make sure if there are any medications you're taking that you shouldn't be taking during this process. And it's just a good thing to know because it can really affect the way it turns out, and it can really affect, just even the process of it. So just, it's better doing that than wasting your money. But anyways, I will see you guys soon. Hey guys, so I'm back and I have new eyebrows and I'm about to show you what they look like. I just didn't want to freak you guys out because they're kind of bold right now. So are you guys ready? 1, 2, and 3. They're so dark. They look so dark and they look so boxy. But I will get to all of that in a second. Let me just tell you about the process, and then I'm gonna get into like the rest of the stuff and like kind of like what stuff they gave me. Okay, so when I got there, I got introduced to the woman that was going to be doing my 3D brows, microblading. And I showed her the picture, kind of what I wanted. It's kind of your like typical Instagram brow look. And she was like, okay, perfect. She's like, you kind of have the shape of brow that we can work with that. I'm like, okay, perfect. So, because I didn't really want something that's going to look totally like fake. Like, obviously, like the shiny parts are my natural eyebrows, like, because the light's kind of reflecting them. But anyways, okay. So she laid me down. She kind of drew them out, kind of like, it's like a special like measuring tool. She drew them out. She let me see them. And she kind of filled them in. So she's like, this is going to give you a general kind of like feel of like how they are going to be planted on your face and how they are going to like structure on your face. So I looked in the mirror, I looked in the mirror and I kind of was like, oh my God, like what? And she's like, this is not the color we're going to be using. She's like, this is just kind of to give you an idea. I'll put that picture in right now. Okay, so, so when I saw that, I was like, oh, wow. But anyway, so, the structure was good. So I was like, all right. So many people might wonder, does it hurt? It only hurts in the beginning, but it's not that bad. It's very bearable. All they're doing is just scraping with the blade into your eyebrows. But this is only to basically get the anesthetic, like to kind of sink in a little bit better. So when she kind of scrapes a little bit, she puts the anesthetic on. There's actually 2 of them, 2 different layers of 2 different kinds, and it kind of sits for about 10 minutes. And then she gets started. So then she kind of does like the tracing, the outline, and, you know, then she starts filling. But it's not like what someone might think, that it's like, oh, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 1 eyebrow's done. No. This process took like 3.5 hours. You literally, like, she goes in with a few strokes and then puts another layer of anesthetic, covers it, goes with the next one, a few strokes, and it's like a process going back and forth, back and forth. I don't really have an idea of what it's gonna look like until it's honestly fully done. The whole process, once the anesthetic's on, you do not feel a thing. You actually, your muscles start almost like tightening, and they start kind of like raising up. So that was the whole thing. They were really awesome over there. They were really nice. If anyone lives or is coming into Illinois anytime soon, there's a place in Naperville called Permanent Makeup by Erin, and it is awesome there. I was one of the models, so I paid a lot less than what someone else would pay if they just went straight to Erin. And the nice thing about being a model is you are one-to-one with, or I guess the student is one-to-one with the instructor, and the instructor happened to be the owner for me today, so I feel like I got really lucky with that. But all the other girls had awesome eyebrows after today as well, but it's totally worth it. I really thought I was gonna be scared. I was like, I don't know, this is a student, maybe they're freaking out. Who knows, you never know. As I mentioned, I'm gonna like slowly show you guys like the healing process over the next couple days, but I wanted to kind of share with you what they gave me as my like recovery process at home. So there's a couple things I can't do for the first few days. I definitely can't really like shower like normally for 2 days. Well, even like taking a bath, like I can take a bath, but it can't be anything super hot where there's like steam. It can only pretty much be like a cold bath. And then for 10 days, I can, you know, start pretty much like taking a bath, but it can finally be warmer, but it still can't be, I still can't get my face wet, really. I can only use makeup wipes. I can still apply makeup, but can only use makeup wipes. And as long as I don't kind of get anything on my brows, which is totally fine. What else? I can't sweat for 10 days, which, you know, is not a problem for me. Don't have to go to the gym for 10 days. That's totally cool. And then if I do shower after the 10 days, I have to make sure that I'm putting on Vaseline when I go into the shower and then wiping it off right afterwards. I cannot keep it on. All right, so she gave me this little sheet of paper, and basically it says day 1 to 2, eyebrows are approximately 20 to 25% darker and bolder in width than they will be when they're healed, which totally makes sense because they're not supposed to look like this. This is what I was getting to. They're not supposed to look like this in a couple days. Your skin is red under the pigment, which causes the color of pigment to appear darker, which totally makes sense. I mean, makes sense to me. I also have kind of like that gold around it. And yeah, so that's also because of the pigment. There's going to be some swelling, which obviously makes sense. And then what else does it say? Dilation will begin in a few days, so this will cause the excess pigment surrounding the eyebrow procedure to flake away, and a more narrow appearance will result. New skin will heal over the pigmented area and result in softer appearance of your eyebrows. Don't be concerned that your eyebrows initially appear darker and heavier in the size that you desire. This is all part of the process. And then eyebrows will start to itch on day 3, and they'll be a little thicker in texture because the natural exfoliation and like the scabbing is there. But day 4, this is when they really start flaking, and it'll be from the outside edges first, so it'll make the hair strokes look like they've disappeared. So that's expected on day 4. And then day 5, color finishes flaking off and appears softer and grayer for 3 more weeks until color clarifies and comes back. So this kind of makes sense because I was kind of confused when I first got this little sheet of paper. They gave me this, and I was like, this makes no sense because it has like lighter eyebrows and they get darker, but this is basically what they gave me. So this is, I guess, what my eyebrows are supposed to eventually look like. And then there's a little note here at the bottom. It says, I wanted to explain a little about the healing process. After the pigment is implanted, the body needs to do its job and repair itself. Tiny flakes of excess pigment will form on top of the skin, and underneath the skin will retain pigment. When the crusts come away at the point, the area may look very light, so it's like a milky mask effect. And you may wonder where the pigment is. However, it does take 6 weeks for the cells to regenerate. Then the pigment will return to the surface of the skin and look more definite. This is explained on the aftercare, and I ask people not to panic, and the body is just doing its job. So there's that. And yeah, so I'm going for my touch-up 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm going end of January. I've made my appointment. And So we will see how that goes. But so far, I really like them. They look like this. Really hard to see the strokes right now because it's kind of like you just see my natural hair. It just looks so light for some reason here. But yeah, so that's what it looks like, and I will see you guys in further videos throughout the next couple days, and we will see how they're healing, and hopefully this will be okay. See you soon. Good morning. So I look like total crap right now, but wanted to update you guys on these brows now. So they still not much change from yesterday as far as appearance goes, but oh my goodness, do they hurt today. They hurt so bad. I already took some Tylenol, but it just literally feels like I got a sunburn. That's like the best way to describe it. It hurts to touch them, and then if I go into like really cool air, it like burns, like it's just like a, so that's the best way to describe it. But yeah, so no signs of like anything like flaking or anything yet, but they're not looking too bad. You kind of can start seeing some of like the individual strokes, so not too bad. Not complaining too much today. It's just mostly the pain. That is the update so far, and I will probably update you guys again tonight if there is any other additional change. So far, so good. Hello. So today is Monday, so it's officially like 2.5, 3 days after the microblading. They're starting to really itch, and you can kind of see that they're, I don't know if you can really tell, but like starting to like flake off a little bit. But the itchiness isn't that bad. It's just, you know, you're not supposed to scratch them. I look so tired. I'm sorry. But yeah, so far so good. I feel like I'm starting to get used to them. Like before I was so like, they're so dark, you know. But I feel like I'm just starting to get used to them. But so far so good. Not really much change besides the fact that they're starting to itch. But other than that, we're doing good. Today is day 6 because today's Thursday and I got these done last Friday. So I just wanted to show you guys progress. I haven't really filmed the days prior to this just because there really wasn't much change going on. This is pretty much the biggest change that has happened, is that they're kind of like flaking off. Oh, hold on. They're starting to flake off. So you can see a big chunk fell out here, and it looks like I have nothing there anymore. I do like have like very like light strokes right there. They warned me about this. They said that like for about 3 weeks, once you're 5 days in, so then 3 weeks after, you're gonna be scabbing and it's all gonna be falling off and it's gonna look like your strokes have disappeared. They're like, because they're still underneath the skin and they have to push out, something like that. So that's why it looks all jagged. I mean, it's all like scabby skin right here, especially here. This one isn't really as affected as much, but there's still like some pieces falling out. Literally the scabs, you can see like the strokes onto the scabs, and I kind of freaked out and I had to grab the paperwork, and then I remembered what they told me, but I was like, this is not right, this is crazy, like all that pain, all that stuff for nothing. But we will see. I mean, fingers crossed that it's true that after about 3 weeks it comes out. But yeah, but overall I am happy with these. I'm very happy with these. There's no pain. It's not even really itching that much anymore. You just feel like the crinkling sometimes, if that makes sense. But do I regret it? Not at all. I really like them. So that's how that goes. I totally recommend getting it. I just don't recommend doing it if you have something big going on, just because you have the whole healing process and you can't put anything on them. You cannot you know, fill them in with powder, gels, anything. And plus it's got a lot of scabbed skin, so it's going to look weird anyways, even if you tried, but it's just not good for the healing process. So I would recommend doing it, like if you're doing it for a special occasion, do it a month out, just so then that way it has enough time to heal and kind of fill in like right before your touch up and stuff like that. So other than that, this is how they look right now. I am ending the videos here just because there's not going to be much change going on up until then, and the other little changes you guys can see how that's going on in the rest of the videos that I'll be posting, not related to my brows. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.